Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his ever-trusty sidekick.
Hello.
We're doing another unboxing type video for 1/72. This one is for Italeri stuff. The M4A3 E2 Jumbo.
There's the fast assembly kit.
Yeah, it's awesome. This is from Italeri. We've already done one on the Armfast version, which is awesome, which I quite like. And I actually like this one too. So let's have a look, shall we? This is the Sherman. This is the standard Sherman with a 75mm pop gun. Great for blowing up Germans in machine gun nests. Completely useless for anything else other than clay pigeon shooting. Oops. Although, yeah, I know, 75 can kill a tiger. I don't care about tigers. There weren't that many tigers anyway. Most tigers are misidentified. They're actually Panzer IIIs or Panzer IVs, but the Americans were scared. I would be as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, so would you.
Yeah, I'd be absolutely terrified. Every single thing, if I saw a guy on a motorbike, it'd be a tiger. I'm telling you. That's how easy they go together. That's it. That's the assembly on the back. It's awesome. Right, so we'll have a look at the actual kit. That's what you get. Could you get any easier than that?
Are they all snap-on?
Not these ones. No, the Armorfast ones. That Armorfast one we did, a lot of it snapped together. I don't think this one was snapped together. I had to glue it quite a bit. Okay. But it's okay. It's actually I would say it's slightly better, roughly, than the Armorfast version, but I'm probably going to be getting more of these ones.
Right.
Because I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it, really. But anyway, we need this version of tank anyway, so we've already started getting these. And I know Armfast do all the different versions, but I just wanted to try it out. So anyway, they actually fit together really well. All the wheels are fastened together, so there's no messing around with stupid bits of rubber tyre trying to stick them onto the wheels and sticking each individual wheel on, which makes you go crazy. Instead, you have all this. The machine gun is actually pretty good detailed, which is better than the Armfast version, which isn't as detailed. Still okay. I mean, I won't complain. I won't overly complain. And it's decent. It's pretty good, and it does all fit together without need of. It's very easy for the turrets and everything to move. I know on some kits I got years ago, I'm going back a long before you were born, that you couldn't do this rotating turret without sticking something in it and melting something to it and sort of building something, but these ones are actually dead easy. So this is the assembled version with the moving turret, which is awesome. That way you can move the turret around there to shoot at the horrible bad guy you're firing at. It was firing at you, and that way you can take the turret off. Alright, which doesn't actually come off that easy. It just come off. To put a burning thing on top when it's been blown up by a German. So that's cool. It's awesome. I like this guy. It's cool. To put it up against the Armorfast. See, that's why I kind of like the Armorfast a little bit better.
I'm opposite.
Yeah, but I do like the detailing on this. So they've got better detailing, and that looks more like an Easy 8 than that does, because it's supposed to be the longer chassis. The wheels are doesn't matter, who cares? But it's okay, it's fine, and that's that version. That's this version. These are more expensive. These will put you back. They cost about twice as much as the Armorfast version. So you are paying for the slightly better detailing. Not that I'm criticising Armorfast, but for what we want, it's great because was it a tank platoon? An American tank platoon was 5 Shermans in a tank platoon. So you could have 4 of these guys and 1 Easy 8 to give you a good anti-tank ability for your unit.
Yeah.
At least the Easy 8, unlike the British Firefly, was actually better at hitting things. But yeah, I haven't put the markings on. Why haven't I put the markings on?
I think actually wants to use it for something else now.
Russians. Yeah, so I can use this Sherman as a Russian-issued Sherman. And I did say I'm not going to put markings on this one either because they haven't done. Because I can use it for Russians, and then I realised it's got the wrong gun. Russians didn't use that, so yeah, that was annoying. So yeah, that's basically it. It's a pretty decent one. Shermans get a bad rep. I mean, I watched a documentary, and the engineer who worked on Shermans, and he said the best thing about the Sherman was it's got hatches at the bottom, so when you spray the blood out of the tank, ready to issue it to another crew, the blood comes out the bottom of the tank much easier than other vehicles. So that is a good thing about the Sherman. It's easy to clean the dead bodies out of it. They do get a bad reputation though, Shermans.
Probably because they blew up a lot.
Yeah. As I said, the Russians thought that the Allies were taking the mickey when they gave them the tank. Because the tracks aren't wide enough for mud and the sort of conditions you get in Russia. So the Russian Shermans got stuck in the mud all the time. Big problem when you're sending things to the Eastern Front. But, it's okay. Some duck boards will usually work. And also, when you see Shermans around, you see them with logs on the side. Yes, that is to add a slight bit of armour. Won't really make any difference.
Put logs.
They put logs on the side. Real reason for the logs on the side is your tracks are so thin they will get stuck in mud. That's what the logs are for. You put the log underneath the tank, drive the tank over the log can drive. The tank can drive.
The log can drive?
The log can
wow.
Drive. That's why it will not actually add. Putting bags and stuff on the side of your tank isn't going to do as much as you might think it would. For a start, the Germans aim, so they will aim for a bit of the tank with no armour. Also, a tree isn't going to do much to stop a high velocity round.
Tank round.
Yeah, the Germans use squeeze velocity rounds, which will go through anything pretty much.
A machine gun goes through wood, so I would presume that.
Yeah, a machine gun goes through wood. Yeah, if you want to stop something, dirt or water. Water's great.
Sandbags.
Sandbags full
Which
of.
some tanks did have sandbags on them.
They did put sandbags on, but they tended to someone would get a bullet in it, and all the sand would drain out.
Well, yeah, that's the point of a sandbag, isn't it?
Whereas if you put dirt in, it's too heavy, and it weighs your tank down. You burn more fuel, and it also makes you get stuck more. So it's a toss-up, isn't it?
Maybe just make a better tank.
We didn't have time. Didn't have time. The British did actually. We built the Cromwell, the greatest British tank of the Second World War. Awesome. The Americans built the Pershing, was it? The super heavy tank, which never actually got to the front line. Don't think they ever saw combat. Complete waste of money. But they had thousands of Pershings at the end of the war, driving around France, taking people for rides. Not much use as an actual tank, but yeah. And also a Pershing would be destroyed by pretty much any modern anti-tank gun at the time. Like all the modern stuff, the 122 from the Su-2 would go straight through a Pershing. Anything the Germans had would go through a Pershing because they use either tungsten tipped or depleted uranium shells, which would go straight through a Pershing. So really you need a light tank. Because there's no point spending money on the weight.
Yeah, I suppose it would be the best idea, wouldn't it?
Yeah, the Germans had a really good idea. They got a load of stolen British Bren gun carriers, and they had guys sat in the Bren gun carrier with a rocket launcher, a Panzer Schreck. And so this little would just ming around, and it would stop, and the Panzer Schreck would fire and blow a tank up, and then your little bikey thing would go and drive away. So that was it. The Germans not only didn't bother building it because they stole it from the British, they only needed 3 crew, so it's cheaper than training the crew, and only one guy needs to be able to drive.
Literally.
Yeah. So your little was great. Universal carrier. The universal carrier is actually, the Bren gun carrier is the only Allied vehicle to get a German designation. To get an SDKFZ designation in the German lists, because they actually had to build a factory to supply them with parts because they captured so many of them that they just issued them to the German army, and most German soldiers thought they were a German vehicle. So they gave it a German designation and made parts for it,
Oh god.
which is awesome. Then again, you could also make Fords as well in Germany under license. So who cares? Right, so that's it, isn't it? That's the end of the video.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So that's the Sherman tank. I like it. I like Shermans. Shermans get a bad rep. I like having a whole army of Shermans on the
Because they
table.
go kaboom.
No, it's because you got so many of them that eventually someone will get behind the tank. That's it.
So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe and comment down below what you think of the Italeri M4A3 or Jumbo. And then from me.
And everything from me. Goodbye.
See ya.